Greetings, beloved. Hi, it's Dr. Amanda Noel, and we have a new moon in Cancer happening on 20 of July 2020, 28 degrees in Cancer. So here is the twin flame energy update based on the astrology for this new moon. First of all, we all know that new moons are time to plant new seeds. It's all about new beginnings. It is a time to really assess what we want to create for the next month's cycle. However, this month is going to be in this chapter, really quite honestly, strap on your psychic seatbelts. It's going to be a wild ride for probably another couple of years. However, we are ripe to face this incredible opportunity for spiritual awakening. What's happening is we have Capricorn, really, it's the most powerful influence this month, and we are getting in a way a root chakra makeover. We're getting a new energy in our finances, our survival, and the systems and structures in the world are breaking down. The good news with this is that the old patriarchal paradigm is crumbling, and it's not necessarily just patriarchal, like it's controlled by men. We are actually going to see the fall of the queen, the dark evil queen energy over this next cycle. I don't know if it's going to be this next moon cycle or the next few years ahead. We're already seeing this decay of the old abuse cycles. We have Ghislaine Maxwell and we have Jeffrey Epstein, and so many other people are now either behind bars or getting indictments. And there's this dark force energy that's finally getting its dues being paid. What this has to do with our love relationships, I'm going to give you a love relationship report, a quick little check-in on your blissness and finances, and then I'll wrap it up with a home energy update. So with your relationships, there's going to be intensity. My daughter just woke up, thank goodness. My twin flame baby daddy is taking care of her 8-month-old, but you may hear some crying, which represents what's going on at this time. There's a lot of strife and arguments and conflict, and there could be a lot of space for old patterns coming up, because again, this root chakra redo is happening. So family patterns, what did you grow up with in your family? Did you have a lot of dysfunction? Did you have arguments? Did you have a lot of suppression? Was there somebody in your family that had a certain role and somebody else had another role, but neither role were really serving them? Well, this is all a reflection of us, and so a lot of these patterns may come out. You may find yourself channeling your mother or your father, and you might really not like that, or you might be in an argument with family members. Definitely there are going to be challenges with our loved ones, with your relationship, your primary partner, maybe you're with your twin flame. You may have a desire for space, and then that spaciousness feels actually like a distant energy, a sad isolation, and so then you want to be together, but then you're in this trigger, and so it's kind of akin to like when you are on an airplane and you're uncomfortable, and it's like no matter which way you move, it's uncomfortable, and you just kind of have to roll with it. So hopefully you can stick it out. Hopefully you can find creative solutions. But know that the benefit of this time is that we are going through a spiritual awakening, and there's a lot of opportunity and challenge. I know in some of the biggest challenges of my life, I was always going, why is this happening? I don't like this. Whether it's a big challenge, such as losing a loved one. I know I'm going through that right now. My father is actually dying of cancer. Or if it's a small thing, like one of your tenants' microwaves breaks and you have to replace it, and you're really frustrated because they're not cooperating the way you want. There are these things that happen in our family households and in our lives that can be really tricky to just be with during this time, because the energy is so intense. So it's testing our patience, and if we can have patience, if we can have forgiveness and compassion, even with the dark things happening on the planet, even if we can forgive the sinners, the Jeffrey Epsteins out there, and we can come from compassion and love while we stand in our power, that's going to be the most powerful thing. Now, I know I personally have been going through like, oh my gosh, like, do I want to even accept what's happening? There's just so much of the pedophilia rings information out there, the information with QAnon. It's great to explore, to think, to expand our minds, but it's also really confusing. confusing and sometimes a bit overwhelming. So one of the astrology pieces this month, the advice is to actually not overthink, to just kind of accept the chaos and just move through it with your inner Zen master. Just take those deep breaths and move through. So with your business this month, there is going to be a feeling of chaos a little bit. There's going to be a lot of busyness. And so that's where I always talk about, when business gets busy, can you make it blissful? Also writing things down, having checklists, having your tasks. I use an incredible app called Asana, and it is free. I'm not an affiliate with them. I've been using them for years, and I use it with my team members, so we're not going back and forth on email. So whatever you do, make sure that you really structure yourself. It's going to be chaotic, but keep the structure somewhat simple. Sometimes even just writing down on a piece of paper the one big frog that you need to do today. Maybe that one big thing, like I need to hire a bookkeeper, or I need to finish my script for my upcoming class. So just keep it nice and simple, because there's going to be a lot, and what you're creating right now is probably pretty big. We're all in huge transitions from the pre-COVID-19 epidemic lifestyle to this new way of being. So make sure that you have a place to really set your goals. Writing down your goals at the new moon is so powerful, because it is a time to plant new seeds. It's when the farmers would plant the new seeds, and it's also a time for us to really plant those seeds in our minds. And I found that gathering with, especially women, for me at the new moon has been really powerful. It's nice in my mind to know every month I'm going to go to the same space, write my goals down. So I actually created a complimentary new moon ritual, a space. It's an online free ceremony, I guess you could call it, a space to just write your goals down. We have someone that guides us into a meditation to help you visualize what you want to create during the next 29.5-day cycle. I used to think it was 28-day cycle, but turns out the moon cycle is around 25.9. The cool thing about this is you'll be able to really feel the container of the moon, like holding you during the month. I always think, okay, I wrote my goal down and I shared it with a sister, and now next month I'm going to be able to come back and share it. So having those spaces to be held accountable, whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to launch your business, specifically the new moon ritual is for Blisspreneurs. It's spiritual female entrepreneurs who are growing their businesses. But having spaces to hold us accountable, whether it's our personal trainer for fitness or a group yoga class, we really need to have someone or something in our life that's bigger than our pain, that's bigger than our procrastination issues, holding us. I really don't think we have time to do it alone. I know personally, I used to try and launch my business alone, and it took me a year even to just get like the first web page published. And it turns out when I collaborated with my friends and business colleagues and working with coaches, it was like having that energy in my life allowed me to really move forward and break through. So click the link in the description box to join us for the complimentary Lunar Priestess Collective. It's hosted by Aphrodite University. It's totally free and it's so much fun. We also join up with our friends over in Bali and create a flower priestess activation for your goals and intentions. It's just a fun way to pray and be in your feminine flow. So I want to go back into the blissness energy. So with your business, it's a really great time to check your finances. So Capricorn is really about structure. So you'll want to know your numbers, knowing your numbers of what's coming in, what's going out, where it's coming in from, where it's going out from, and really having structures to monitor this. So maybe that means hiring a bookkeeper. Maybe it means using specific software or having a timer set. So every Monday you're going to check your numbers. I know as a woman, I was often told by my mother that, oh, marry a man who can do your numbers and do your books. And while that's great, I do have a partner who's very masculine, does his books. I actually have not felt like I can really grow my numbers unless I know my numbers. And that's something that most wealthy people will teach you. Know your numbers. So join me in facing this fear and clearing the old fear energy by just looking at your spreadsheets or looking at your software and like what has come in your business account or even your online banking. So it's not so scary, sister. It can be actually really fun. Be like, woohoo, I faced my fear. And like sometimes I have really funny things, like I'll have 3 sevens in a row or something, and I just feel like, oh, there's some kind of synchronistic magic guiding me through my crazy fear around money. So the last thing I wanted to share with you is about home. So this new moon, the theme around the Cancer new moon is really maybe you're going to be moving to a new home, or maybe you are going to be doing some type of shift in your home energy. This is a great time to actually upgrade your home. Maybe you just buy a new bedspread, or we're getting a sheet set that has monogrammed initials on it. Maybe you want to, just start putting some flowers into your house. We've all been in quarantine for some period. We're still totally quarantined here in the Bay Area of California. Maybe you're out and about. I know a lot of my clients are already buzzing around in different parts of the world, but we know that there's potentially going to be the second wave of lockdown, and we've all been kind of cooped up and going through this whole rigmarole. So refresh your space with new energies, maybe new colors, maybe, if you're at home all day wearing your home clothing, your PJs or whatever it is that you stay home with, buy some new colors, or put a beautiful scarf on the wall, change the color. Maybe you want to paint the color of your bedroom to bring more passion. I know, when I've helped my clients feng shui their home spaces, it's so cool to see the changes that happen in their relationships. Like one of my clients, we moved her bed against the wall, and the same day she met her beloved. So these little tiny tweaks can really help you take off in your new energy direction, which is really cool and fun. All right, so join us for the New Moon Lunar Priestess Collective. Click the link below. I would love to hear your comments. Let me know what you're up to. We send you so much love. I know you can't see Jack and the baby, but our family sends you lots of love, and the dog here. Hey, do you want to come say hi? Yes. Hazel the dog's joining you to say goodbye. Have a wonderful new moon in Cancer, and just face the Capricorn energy with lots of fuzzy flow. Bye-bye. You're so cute. You're my baby.